Bro, I've been in a situationship for 6 fucking years now. I cannot believe I just said that on camera. But I'm so fucking over it. I'm so over it. Basically, this boy and I started dating when we were in high school. And like, honestly, that shit was so toxic. Like, we were both stubborn as fuck and we would just argue constantly. But anyways, he broke up with me. I was so sad, but then we remained really close friends and eventually just basically continued to date but without the label. And then we both went to the same fucking college, so we weren't really dating then either, but we continued this whatever the fuck that was going on, and that shit fucked with my head because it felt so much like a relationship that when I got upset at things, like, which if you're in a relationship, it was totally valid, but because we weren't, it wasn't justified. And so I kept feeling all these things that I wasn't technically allowed to feel because we weren't dating. Like, I've always been really shy with like dating and all of that. Like, I don't really know how to flirt. Fuck me, I'm 23 and I can't flirt. And the thing is, it was on off, but because for me, I was so scared to like meet other people because I was so comfortable in this little like security blanket that is this boy. And I regret not going on dates and like fucking around in college because now I'm 23, I work at home now, so it's not like I can meet people at work. And like, I don't want to do dating apps either because it just feels so forced, and I've heard too many bad stories from friends that like, I'm not doing that shit. But anyway, last year of college, we finally dated, which apparently recently I talked to him about it, and according to him, we weren't even dating back then, but we were doing like the whole flowers, Valentine's Day, all that shit. So like, I don't know what's wrong with him. It has come to my attention, finally. I need to move the fuck on and stop wasting my time on this boy. We broke up the last year of college because of long distance, but now we're in the same city, in the same fucking friend group, and it's so much harder. But fuck this. This year I told myself to stop wasting my time and energy on the people who don't return the same energy back. I'm 23, still have not dated anyone else. Like, at this point, I feel like I'm just gonna die alone. All my friends are in relationships too, and it's so cute. I'm like, I want one. Where do people get one? At this point, I feel like I've lost all of my dating skills because I didn't have to use that muscle for like 6 years. For the first time in my life, I finally feel like I'm ready to move on and meet other people. I'm just fucking terrified too. I keep saying that I'm only sticking with this boy because of comfort and familiarity, but like, he's not giving me any of that because he's stressing me out so fucking much. I just needed to rant today, and that's okay. Hot girl rant. Wait, I've been loving brushing my hair like this recently. And just look at that. Anyways, I'm gonna go do some retail therapy. Bye.
Something I will genuinely never understand is people who are in situationships. Because what the
Literal fuck
do you mean? You guys have been talking for almost
an entire year now. And it's just like my brother.
If you guys have been in a talking stage for more than
3 months? Let's just go ahead and wrap this shit up.
because y'all could have been settled down with a kid and a solid marriage by now. I saw some dumb shit on TikTok last week about people talking about the 3-month rule. Here, my brother, come close.
And
Shh. If you can't keep a relationship, just say that.
I think a canon event that everyone has been through is having to ask your situationship, what are we? Motherfucker, I'll tell you what you are.
2 fucking idiots. And it's just like my brother and my sister.
Y'all are 6 months into a talking stage and you're afraid of commitment? Motherfucker, that's why it's called dating. Y'all aren't getting married tomorrow. I mean, seriously, what the
literal fuck?
could you guys still be talking about 6 months into a talking stage?
Y'all still playing
Fucking 20 questions on day 150?
I'm genuinely convinced that we need to get rid of the death penalty and start locking prisoners in a room wearing a straitjacket with someone who's in a situationship. Because people who are in a situationship will cry and yap about the dumbest shit you've ever heard for hours and even days on end. I'd fucking go out on a limb and say it's worse than
Chinese water torture.
I'd rather get oiled up and,
I don't know, probably
Clap from behind
than to ever have to be locked in a room
with someone who's in a situationship. Anyways, before I go to sleep tonight, I'm gonna pray to the heavens above that a situationship never finds me again. Hey, but y'all stay safe out there though, and if a situationship does find you,
Best of luck to you, soldier.
So there's this whole situationship thing going on now, and there's 2 types of situations, and let me tell you what they are. The first one is, it's just friends with benefits. They both kind of, they fuck with each other, but, they don't really care if it ends up working out or not, but they're still gonna, hook up and get with each other and still do the whole thing in private. The other type of situationship is where one of them likes the person a lot, they want to date them, and the other person is kind of just, pushing it off. He's kind of like making the other person think, oh, like, yeah, maybe in a little bit, but let's just, try things out and see what happens, in the way of like, oh, let's hook up, basically, but like without the title. That second one kind of usually always ends horrible. There's always a slim chance where they do end up together, or they just peacefully stop hooking up. The first one's probably the more common one. They both like know it's good. Like they're just like, it's just to accompany each other. It's nothing crazy. But if you're stuck in the second one and you're the one that likes the person, this is probably what you should do. You probably don't have the strength to walk away, but what you need to do, and if you're not trying to get hurt long term, you're gonna have to ask yourself, okay, like this guy is probably not gonna want to date me, but you're gonna either have to confront him about it, or you're just gonna have to walk away. You're probably like, I don't want to do either. Well, would you rather do that or watch him get with Rebecca, Hannah, Abby? Come on, make your choice, unless you like that stuff, which a lot of girls do like that stuff. Maybe you're one of them. At the same time, I get it's hard to like move on to someone brand new and start this whole thing over again. I understand that, but at the same time, you're gonna have to ask yourself, am I just gonna be a side chick, or am I just gonna let him run all over me? You choose.
If you've been talking to a guy for a little over a month, maybe 2 months or whatever, and there's progression, but you guys aren't dating yet, I mean, it's good conversation, but it's kind of repetitive, this video is for you. In the past, I've given advice to spice things up a little bit. I think conversations get repetitive when you guys are just saying, how's your day? We should do that. Oh, what do you like to do? What differentiates you getting to know them on like a friendly level versus like romantic and intimate? Innocence is great in the beginning. When a guy sees a girl and she looks innocent, it's like mysterious, because it's like, what is there under all the innocent? But like when he is getting to know you and he's already kind of gotten to know you, now it's time to spice it up. Show him personality. Not be so scared of what he's going to think and all that stuff, and keeping things very in routine, because yes, breaking his routine is great, but staying in the same routine and it's repetitive, it gets very boring. Men like stimulation. That's why they play video games. That's why they like thrill. That's why they play sports. You need to keep them mentally stimulated. If you're just out here asking them what you have for dinner on repeat, don't expect this man to be heavily interested in you. Keep it unpredictable. It's psychology at the end of the day. It does not hurt while talking to this man to, if he says like, what are you doing, to randomly describe what you're doing, but sexy. Go to part 2. Just
Situationships are supposed to be fun and exciting. If you put too much pressure on it, or you think too much into it, you might scare the other person away. So these are some things that you should not do in a situationship. You shouldn't need to ask, what are we? If you were something, you would know about it and they would voice it to you. Asking what are we literally ends most situationships. The other person realizes that maybe you want to move forward in it, but they don't just yet. Just know that if you're going to ask what are we, be prepared for it to go either way. It could be a really good outcome, or it could end the situationship right there, because it could scare them off. Never overstay your welcome with a situationship. Give them space, give them time to miss you, give them time to crave you, give them time to want you. Don't overdo it. Don't want to see them every single day. Don't ask to see them every single night. You both should be putting in equal amounts of effort to see each other. It should not be one-sided. Situationship should not be one-sided. Even if it's a sneaky link, it just shouldn't be one-sided. You both should be in on the same agreement that you're a situationship, you're a sneaky link, whatever. Don't get your hopes up and tell all your friends about your situationship. Somehow, as soon as you tell someone about your situationship, or as soon as you tell someone that things are going good with someone, it always turns to shit. I don't know why, maybe it's a curse, but you might tell someone who tells someone who tells someone, and it gets back to the other person, and then they get freaked out and they don't want to be seeing you anymore. So be really careful with what you say and who you say it to, because you could always be saying it to the wrong person. Never get your hopes up with a situationship. It's literally called a situationship for a reason. You guys are having fun doing what you're doing, but you're not necessarily ready to date. Don't be thinking that you guys are going to date. Don't be sticking photos of you guys in an album together, calling it our wedding. Don't be looking up his house on real estate. Don't be doing any of that sort of stuff. Expect nothing so you're not disappointed. Don't get too attached to them. Don't be texting them 24/7, because you will unconsciously attach yourself to this person. Once you're attached to this person, that's it, you're done. If you guys stop talking, you're going to miss them so much. don't text them 24/7.
I didn't know what the fuck a situationship was until I got into one. So basically, if you guys don't know, if you live in your own bubble as I did, a situationship is basically like you're dating someone, but you don't put the label on it, and you guys are never going to date. You're gonna act like you're dating, but you're never gonna actually date. It's a really toxic cycle that kind of just like goes back and forth. And if you're in a situationship, I'm praying for you. It takes a toll on your mental state because one person always falls harder for the other, and then it just turns into like the other person's playing with someone else's emotions just because they want to keep you around. It's very like narcissistic, I feel like, to be honest with you. So if you're in a situationship, it's probably not ever gonna go anywhere, and if it does go somewhere, it's probably not gonna last. If he wanted to date you, he fucking would. At the end of the day is kind of what I'm getting at. We can cut the bullshit. A situationship is bullshit, so cut it out. We're leaving situationships in 2023. Honestly, 2024 is either for the girls or it's for men that actually know what they want in life.
A situationship is a lack of communication and honesty in a relationship. Let's be real here. 99.9% of the time, the people in situationships, when you talk to them and say, well, why aren't you expressing yourself? Why don't you tell this person how you feel? Why don't you ask for clarity? It's, well, if I open my mouth, then what if they run away? Or what if they don't want this? Or what if they say no? And my question will stand here then. So why are you self-abandoning your needs and what it is that you want within somebody in a relationship to satisfy their needs without ever thinking about your own? And do you really think that expressing yourself to somebody that you've been dating or sleeping with or being intimate with, if that sends them away, then what makes you think you even had them to begin with? Intimacy is built in hard conversations. Intimacy is built in a relationship by having these uncomfortable situations and conversations with people, being able to move through them and coming out the other side. Someone secure and emotionally available is going to be able to have these conversations with you. So just remember, if the person you're dating runs away from this, look at it as a favor. And now you can make space for somebody that actually does want what you want with.
If you're wondering what a situationship is, it's this. It's those 3 to 4 to 5 month relationships where you're really into someone, things are amazing, it's like you're in the honeymoon phase, you're like, I'm head over heels for them, you start to envision a life together with the family and the dog and the house, and you go on the trips, and it's just like everything's perfect and amazing, and then all of a sudden one day, the person starts pulling away, and you're like, what's going on? Why are you acting this way? Like, you're not supposed to act this way. Like, we're supposed to always be together and sending text messages and planning our vacations. Like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, they just dump you out of nowhere. And so it's called a situationship because it's kind of like, okay, I have a situation, I'm with this person, and we used to be super in love, or maybe we just like really liked each other, and then out of nowhere, things just started to like fizzle out, and then they just totally did like a 180, and they either like ghost you or they dump you, and it just like you're left heartbroken. So you call it a situationship because it's like that is the situation. And so the situation can change from the beginning being like in love to the end being dumped and heartbroken to after the heartbreak of you start to enter into the process of, okay, I want to get them back, I want to make them jealous, I'll do whatever it takes to get them mad. Like, you start going delusional because you just want them back so badly, or you want to get back at them. And so that's the situation at the very end of the relationship. So all in all, if you're in a relationship with someone and you actually haven't put that label of boyfriend and girlfriend on the relationship, then you're in a situationship and it might not end well. So I would recommend having the conversation of being like, what the hell are we? I know no one wants to hear that, but like, listen, if you don't know if you're boyfriend and girlfriend, then you're basically either like hooking up or you're in a situationship. And if you like the person and you want to be boyfriend and girlfriend and you're not, then you're basically just like, putting yourself through hell for no reason. So I hope this helps.
If he's not as interested in you, if he's not pursuing you, if communication isn't where you want it to be, watch this video because I'm about to tell you something that's going to save you years of heartbreak. First off, I know the phase that you're in right now where you just want to be with this person. You just want to be around this person. They check off all your boxes. You get along so well, and it's almost like you have no eyes for anyone else, and being around them becomes the favorite part of your day. But you don't feel like the serious interest is mutual, like it's not being reciprocated. And yes, even though you guys go out, yes, even though he spends time with you, he has fun with you, and he gives you some of that attention, you can feel that it's very one-sided and he almost keeps you at arm's length. Do not make the mistake of hanging around him, trying to prove to him that you are worthy, that you are the only one who can give him all that love, care, and attention that a loving girlfriend or wife can give him. I see this all the time, and yes, I've done it too in my past, where we hang around this person and we want to show them how amazing we are for them, that we are the best option, that we are the ones that put in the most effort, in hopes that one day this person will look at us and say, you know what, you're the best option for me. You put in all this effort. Finally, you deserve me. It's not gonna happen. I speak from experience when I say that you will lose your self-worth in the process, and then only to watch this person go off with someone that they're more passionate about, and that's okay. This isn't to say that he might not change his mind. Who knows? But the only thing that will make him change his mind is if you give him space. Because if you keep trying and trying, it looks unattractive, it looks needy, and it's communicating to him that, hey, even though you put in the bare minimum, I'm still willing to reward you with my everything. Oh, but what if I give him space and he leaves and never comes back? Amazing. He wasn't for you, and you're not gonna waste any time or shed another tear. Now, if you found a really good guy and you want him to love you, to commit to you, to be there for you, to almost be obsessed with you, I teach how to do that in my book, but I also teach how to not be manipulated in the process, how to not fall for those traps. I talk a little bit more about the darker side of psychology of addiction almost, and I teach you how to not fall for that while still making him love you, making him appreciate you, and almost be obsessed with you. It's an easy to read book, and it really helps the channel grow and stay afloat. So if you want to get it, the link is in my bio. Click on my profile, go underneath my profile picture, the link is there, and follow me on here because I make content like this all the time.
Okay, guys, if you don't know the difference between situationships, talking stages, and being exclusive, then let me explain. Today, I'm going to tell you the biggest signs that you are in a situationship. Okay, so first things first, what even is a situationship? It's kind of what it sounds like. It's not a relationship. It's like a situation you're in with a girl or a guy, hence the word situationship. The first sign that you're in one is that it's low-key toxic. You guys are constantly bantering, and there's just sprinkles of toxicity in there. Number two, it's inconsistent. One day they love you, the next they're blocking you. This is the difference between situationships and talking stages, because talking stages are more consistent. Okay, number three, you guys have this magnetic pull with one another, and you get jealous when they talk to other people. But like, you're not exclusive. You get jealous if they talk to other girls or guys, but it's like not your place to be jealous, so you can't even say anything. If you are 2 out of 3 of these things, you are in a situationship. If you want to turn a situationship into an actual relationship though, then stay tuned because my next video is how to do that.
We need to clear up some terminology here because some of y'all are clearly confused. Situationships do not exist. It's a fake thing. The term was invented by people who are afraid of commitment. Pay attention. There are 3 levels that we're going to talk about here. Number 1 is just talking to somebody. Newsflash, it literally just means you're talking to them. This is before a date occurs. This is you meet someone and you like text them, you call them, whatever. You match with them on Hinge or whatever the hell you're using. It's the getting to know you part when you're deciding if you want to go on a date with them. As soon as you go on the first date, talking stage is done. No more talking stage. You are now dating. This is where it gets a little bit confusing, and it sort of depends on the person, because sometimes if you say that you're dating someone, people immediately think relationship. But as far as I'm concerned, dating just means you are going on dates. Maybe you're not boyfriend, girlfriend yet, you're just literally going on dates. A synonym for this is seeing someone. Say Jim and Nancy have been on like 3 dates, but they're not in an official relationship yet. They are dating. If somebody went up to Jim and they were like, "Hey Jim, how's your social life?" Jim would be like, "I'm seeing Nancy. I'm dating Nancy." They're going on dates. And then the final step, the one step past that, is when you are in an official relationship, like you commit to an official relationship, then you're in a relationship. And this is like some people might also just call this dating. But notice how situationship, none of these levels, fake thing. I hope you know, saying situationship makes it sound like you're 14. If you're 25 years old and you're saying that you're in a situationship with Evan, the finance guy, I need you to delete Hinge and do some internal reflection. Stop that. Let's all stop that collectively. You're either talking to someone before you go on a date, and then you're seeing them or casually dating them. That's a good word. So it's casual dating is like when you're seeing someone, And then dating is like a relationship. I heard someone say the other day that they wanted to pursue non-exclusive talking with somebody. Non-exclusive talking, that's a conversation. Also, you're weird. It doesn't have to be so complicated. So many of y'all are like, situationship, and you literally just mean that you're like casually dating somebody before like an actual relationship stage. I don't know why this pisses me off so much, but it does. Even just saying like talking stage sounds kind of stupid. It's essentially like the getting to know you part. Just like general human interactions before you decide to go on a date with somebody.
It's